Morning, guys. It is August 4th, I think, and I'm heading to pick up Jeremy. He actually woke up to his alarm this time. Last couple times I went to pick him up, he was still in bed when I got to his house. He's not much of a morning person this time of year. But we haven't checked our cameras yet this year, so we're gonna go pull some cards and see if there's anything worthwhile on any of them. Hopefully, the new addiction to this season, an obsession. Oh, there's something in the road there, and we can find something big to pursue. Lose sleep over, waste a bunch of gas money over, a bunch of body aches. That's why we do this.
Good morning. We're off to check a bunch of cameras, maybe all of them. Travis is doing his job. He was 5 minutes late, so that's what he gets to do. It's gonna be fairly warm today, but hopefully it'll be a good day because we are gonna get some pictures of some giants. That's my hope. So we'll see how it goes.
I just had to say this real quick. Jeremy was having Funyuns for breakfast, so put a comment down below if you think that's disgusting, or if you would eat Funyuns for breakfast. Because I'm pretty certain that Funyuns and breakfast do not go together in any way, shape, or form.
Hunting fuel. It's hunting fuel.
We're scouting. We're checking trail cameras. Do you really need all the fuel?
Yes.
Okay. Well, put a comment below because I think he's crazy.
It's hot.
And maybe I'm crazy. I guess we'll see what you guys say. We are going in to check camera number 1. The good thing about this camera is it's kind of on a field edge where the field's already empty. The deer, there was a full moon last night, so they already went to bed. So even though it's pretty early to be checking cameras, this one's pretty non-invasive coming in here in the morning. Probably more invasive in the later afternoon when they're starting to move, but we'll go check it out, see if there's anything on it. It's been soaking for 3-4 weeks or so.
Short guy problems.
Oh, you didn't rip your new pants.
No.
Just ripped your hand. Good trail going down right here.
Doesn't cost as much money.
Why do they jump the fence right there in the highest spot?
Why did we jump the fence in the highest spot?
I just thought it'd be kind of funny to watch you have to go over right there. You might remember the spot from our trail cam placement video, but there's a really major funnel that comes in between that weed bed and the trees. Another major funnel right here, and this log kind of directs them that they have to cut up and come right through here, and the main trail cuts right in front of the camera, so I guess we'll see. Flipping through the pictures now. High traffic area, lots of deer. Quite a few average bucks, nothing real big yet. Whoa.
That's a cool picture.
Look at that. Jumping. Pretty wild, but lots of traffic. Some beef cows move through every once in a while too, it looks like, but it's alright.
They don't linger very long usually.
That's a cool buck. Needs a couple years, but definitely pleased with the amount of deer that move through here. I think we'll leave this one up. Be a pretty good spot for a tree stand too. There's some options in here. Pretty easy to get into, I think, without disturbing much also, so I'm guessing I'd have to go back through and look, but I think there was probably like 6 or 7 different bucks. Nothing over probably like the mid 120 mark, but a couple old bad genetic bucks, a couple young up and comers. I wouldn't be surprised if something bigger showed up too in the next month or so. So I think we'll leave it here. Go check the next one. Off to check another camera. This one's kind of the same boat where these deer leave this meadow to go bed. But we could still end up seeing something, but we're kind of using it as a scouting trip. So we're gonna be real quiet. Sneak in here at glass. If we see anything, we'll just hold tight and keep an eye on them. Kind of pick up on their patterns. Last year there was a drop time buck in here. And my fingers are crossed very tightly, hoping he's still alive. And if he is still alive, hoping he's on camera. Our plan is to put a ground blind right where this camera is if there's something good, and another tree stand up here so we can hunt 2 different winds. But we gotta find something good first. Well, lots of traffic, no big deer, but it is a start nonetheless. So both cameras we've checked, lots of deer movement, which is good. A lot of times going into late August they kind of switch up their patterns anyhow, so hopefully at that time big boy will show up, if not sooner. But we'll probably let this soak till at least 2 more weeks, and then we'll check it and possibly get in here and get a stand put up 10 to 14 days before season opens. Jeremy has to take a little potty break, so I'm gonna go check camera without him. He can catch up. We're not gonna bore you with us just checking cameras all day, but I did want to take a quick second and just talk about kind of when you should move a camera. And there's a lot of different methods to the madness, but holy raspberries. Talk about the jackpot. Sorry, I got sidetracked. That is raspberry nation right there. But anyhow, what I like to do is kind of depends on your situation. So if you're gonna limited time and you're trying to find like a spot that's decent to hunt, like you're not picky, you just want to find a mature buck. If you have good deer movement, even if you haven't seen maybe the buck you want, but you get a ton of deer pictures, that's a good sign. I would probably leave that camera up. When I would move it, I would say it would primarily be when not a lot of deer movement, maybe a decent buck or 2 on camera, but only like once every few weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Could still potentially be good because their patterns will change, but if you're trying to optimize your time, probably in your best interest to like move a camera like that, try another spot, and just keep kind of shuffling them around, especially if you don't have 20 trail cameras, you know. But I think that probably be a little bit of a helpful tip. Hopefully it helps you. Also, there's certain areas that, like if you're elk, you have trail cameras out for elk, you have it on a pond, for example. through the summer, there's a lot of ponds, there's a lot of water typically, so it's not going to be quite as effective. But as the rut kicks in, those water holes are going to really get hit hard. Last year I had a camera on a pond and I didn't have a single elk picture for a month and a half, but I knew they were going to come in there, so I just stayed tight, kept it there. And about August 25th, they just started flooding in there, and there was like 25 different bulls in there in 2 weeks. So some people pull their cameras prematurely. It just kind of depends. If you have it on water, probably a good idea to leave it there. If you have it on trails that aren't really getting utilized, probably a good idea to move it and try another area. Just kind of a little tip that might help you. I don't know, everywhere's different. This is kind of more of like a Black Hills in general public land thing. Also a good idea to lock them. We don't typically lock ours, but we also target areas that most people probably don't hunt, just because they're a little more random. We've been hunting in this area for years, kind of have some of the deer patterns figured out, sort of. You never truly have figured out, but I'll stop rambling now, go check this other camera, let you know if there's anything on it. Just got done checking this camera. This would be a good example of when to move one. It's been up for 3 weeks. Literally have 4 deer on it, 2 tiny bucks, 2 does, mostly some beef cows, couple cow elk. Just not a lot of movement in this area. Days and days without pictures in between. So we have another camera in a main pinch kind of over this hill, not that far from here. So I'm actually going to pull this one because I think it'll be better utilized somewhere else. But if I didn't have that other camera in there, I'd probably just move it nearby onto a different like drainage or something, because I know there's deer in here. They're just not using this funnel. So some people leave one up in the same spot that's not producing, and they leave it up for months, and just to realize, like, man, I've been wasting a lot of time in that spot. So hopefully that helps. On to the next one. If you've never had fresh picked wild raspberries, there's very few things on this earth that are greater, and there is no shortage of them this year. Waiting for Jeremy, and thought I might as well have a little snack. You find like the little bit darker red ones, like that one. Those are the best ones. Better keep moving or I'm gonna eat all of them. Well, that was depressing. Our good camera reset for some reason. It's all jacked up. Trying out these new ones, and I'm not gonna knock it 100% yet until we give her one more chance. But if it fails me again, then so be it. Can be a permanently mounted in my backyard watching for neighborhood bucks camera. We checked another camera. It wasn't a complete bust. There's a 6-point velvet bull on there. He's not real big, but
Don't shoot him.
Still a
He's young.
Cool picture. One decent whitetail. Quite a few blurry pictures in the morning when the dew was really bad on the camera, so it's all good. Well, today was kind of a bust, but these last 2 cameras did at least give us a little glimmer of hope. Couple decent bulls and quite a few bulls on the one. Other one had to get repositioned just a little bit. I put it kind of high up in a tree, keep people honest, and it was angled down just a wee bit too far. So hopefully next time we come back it'll be even better. Might even throw a couple more up in this area just to really dissect it. And we're making our journey out. It's getting hot and it's real toasty. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out all of our friends listed in the description box. discount codes and all that from some of the gear we use, and like Seeker supplements. Don't go in the field without it. We both had a little bit before we came up here. Nice hydrator. So check out T&K Gator Outdoors. We'll see you next time.